Here, need any drinks?
Bloody Mary.
I'll take a bourbon, please.
I'm not sure we have that.
Hey, friend, you want a Woodford?
And actually, I prefer a bullet.
Brand?
And we didn't have Woodford, so sorry about that. That is our top shelf. It's Bullet Bourbon.
All right. I'm not paying for his, though.
Excuse me?
No, I said his Woodford is on me, and that's not a Woodford. There you go. Thank you. Keep the change.
Very cute.
All right, here. Good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you there, buddy. Appreciate it.
Advantage. Hey, Tarnaga, I'm sitting here tired and drinking bourbon. What you doing, dude? Lord Tarnaga, good buddy of mine. If y'all ever seen Tarnaga, what the hell was that show? Hell, I can't even remember the name of the show now. Anyway, he's got the look, dude. He's got the look. And got the build, too. He looks like a damn samurai. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are good times to go. I heard the tables was packed Thursday night at the Hard Rock. Got some friends over there this weekend. 220 inside, picked up about $1,500 on his coffee run this morning. Good luck in Vegas. Say hello to our good friend 10 Ton, please. Bring him some of that good bourbon to put in his house so I can drink it when I get there in October. Although, actually, we got a lot of bourbon sitting over there for me to drink anyway, I think. I think we got a lot. So anyway, Sarge is asking me a question. Let me find it. This is a good question. If I only need a 3, I will change the dice set. I mean, it depends on what my initial sets are, but the answer is yes, Sarge. I will change my dice set because I know what my primary sets are that I'm using, and then I try to change. If I change, I leave the faces that make the 7s in the same spot, but I'm trying to increase my possibility for that ace deuce, as you said. So Bootlegger says I got more bourbon coming in October. I love it when 2 bootleggers get to dueling over who's got the best bourbon to bring. I love it. I mean, I am the benefactor of that. Casino Tears event in October. Both days are sold out. If you want to get on the waiting list, you can contact Bo Parker, Dice Coach. He's working on a waiting list and other things. If you're interested in that, let him know. What else? Tales from the Table. I said this earlier. Tales from Tables tomorrow night. Got Michael Feldman from Premier Casino Hosting, but we're not really talking about his hosting. We're talking about how he got into craps and how he plays and his time was spent with Golden Touch. It's pretty interesting. Hour and 45 minutes or so. Be sure and tune in tomorrow night if you can. Premieres. What else we got? Where's it going to be? We're in the Casino Tears event is always in Las Vegas. I am trying and hoping. I cannot promise anybody anything yet, but I am hopeful that we can put on a couple of Casino Tears events in Biloxi next year. We'll see. We're working. I already got the damn table. Waiting on a damn place to put it in. Got that kind of backwards. Kind of like this room here. I had my table built before I had my room built around it. If you don't know how to get a hold of Dice Coach, look up Casino Tears on Facebook or go to his website, dicecoach.com. Get in touch with the Dice Coach. Well, hello there, Wager Me This. How you doing, my friend? I hadn't seen you in a long time, but I have to admit I'm kind of YouTube abstinent at these points in my life. All I got time to do is what I do. I don't have time to look at too much other stuff. Hope you're doing well. Guy knows how to hedge and knows how to do the don'ts as good as anybody. If you hadn't ever watched his channel, Wager Me This, he's got a lot of good stuff on there. Playing this crazy game. Plays it differently than most of us do, as a matter of fact. VDT has stopped in. Hello, VDT. I saw where you hit the big ATSs and a big old payout on I think it was $4,500 on a hard 6 or a hard 8. I think it was a hard 8 I saw you hit. That was good. Congratulations. Vegas Day Tripper's got a high roller style of channel going if y'all want to watch him. I think I saw a video the other day where Mark the Mad Hatter was on the table with VDT. I think I saw that, even though I'm not sure anybody knows exactly who was on that table. You can't see the faces. Cheers, everybody. All right, we got something for camper friend. Good week tossing dice in Kansas City. The Casino Tears event helped me with everything. Still working on leaving the table. Only stayed 5 hours. That would be my fault. You probably stayed too long because of me. Camper, it was a pleasure to play with you and to work with you and teaching you in that March event. It really was. And I was glad. That was the thing. When you're working with people and you can just stretch them, just stretch that comfort zone a little bit when a hand is developing. And we did that with Camper a little bit. You're stretching them into a bigger win. And he made good money on same table we all made good money on, but the thing is you get people just stretched out just a little bit more, and that's kind of the goal, is to get them stretched out a little bit more so that they can play in a way that takes advantage of those longer rolls, or to be prepared. You never know when they're coming, but if you can be prepared on a good roll and it's there and you already got your money off the table, there you go. Mark, you'll be in a Western. There's no doubt about it. You're going to be in a Western somewhere. We'll get you in a remake of an old Western. You can play Howdy Doody. Just picking at you. So I'm just sitting here drinking bourbon now. I'm in my element. That's it, wager. You get your money off the table, take a little profit as you go, and be prepared for when there's a nice roll. And a nice roll is, everybody's got a different number, but when those nice rolls start coming in and you're prepared for them instead of not being prepared, it makes a big difference in how that day or that session turns out. Wager, we interviewed the gentleman that on Casino Tears, we interviewed the gentleman. He had 107 rolls that was logged in Atlantic City back a month and a half ago, and there were 2 or 3 people just same betting. That's all they did was same bet. A couple of people took $250,000 off the table each. And quite frankly, they probably didn't take enough. I think they were, you never know. How is anybody going to react when you get in something that's 107 rolls? But, at some point on those things, heads are going to be like, screw it, this is crazy money, I don't care no more. And there's only 3 5s been thrown. I'm going to have everything else maxed out. And then I'm going to put bets, come bets, field bets, hard way bets, all I can throw out there, I'm just going to start throwing. I know myself too well. John says he rolled the last 2 nights in a row on my last cruise, and I think I could have done better. I was only 1 number away several times, but didn't change my 2-1-2-3 set because I didn't know what set. Well, drive safely. Drive safely there, VDT. 100 roller, 107. He had 7 sevens, 7 come out sevens in it. That leaves 100. And then we asked him to estimate the number of horn numbers, and he said he thought it was around 20. So that leaves you 80 box numbers. 80 box numbers, wager. And my phone was blowing up that night off of that shit. So it was all real. There was a lot of people are in Atlantic City witnessed it. The nice thing for him was he was throwing from stick right to, and the very end of the table on stick left had been reserved. And so he had no landmines, no chips in his way. There were a couple of people at stick left 1 and 2, but where he was landing and tossing, there was nothing in his way. And so, he made good money, but I know some folks that know those tables. That I know a guy that walked off that table 20, 30 minutes before that guy got the dice and went home. He'd probably took them for close to $500,000, knowing that guy. So Those are the kind of things dreams are made of. That's why we play this crazy game, I guess. But you get on up in their 30s and 40s, you can pull quite a chunk of change off a table. You sure can. Back to John. John, the thing you got to do is if you've got a practice station at home or whatever, you've got to learn to track your rolls and determine what sets might give you a better opportunity without increasing the probability of a 7 on those sets with your toss. Can you imagine being on a table, 107 rolls? I mean, you got a lot of profit by then, right? I mean, Jesus. I'm thinking like, you're 40, 45 rolls into this and you're already just, you've got to have made really nice money, and you just kind of continue to press. All of a sudden, well, do I take this $9,000 to $5,000 or do I leave it at $2,500 or $3,000 or whatever they had gone to? I'm like, just go ahead and do it. At some point, now the question is do you regress once it hits at that big number? And a lot of us, including myself, have a tendency once you're at a house max number is to kind of regress it back down. Well, I don't regress it as far as some people might. Some people leave it all the way up. But just to give you an example, if I had a $5,000 10 that hit, that's $10,000. I will consider reducing to $2,500. I won't go below $2,500, but I will consider reducing to $2,500 because that way, if it hits, at least I can pick up another $5,000, right? So that's kind of my thought. But you got to get in those situations. You got to man up or whatever, I guess. It's not easy. It's not an easy. I mean, every game situation is different. We all play it a little bit different. I got to figure I would have made a lot of money. Whether I'd have beat those guys at 250, but I'm going to tell you, wager as soon as they go to, as soon as I've got a couple of hits at house max, I'm going to put it for house max. Hey, Waylon. We're just sitting here shooting the crap and drinking a little bit of bourbon. Finished rolling, practicing. Was not a great session. Couldn't get my stuff going. Wager cuts it in half too. So that's kind of a, because you don't know, right? We just don't know. All right, so if he hits that $5,000 10, and you've cut it to $2,500, and then you collect, then he hits it again. You got a choice: collect the $5,000 or go to $5,000. Right? That's the only two choices I would have. Nothing wrong with putting $2,500 in the rack and then pushing it on up to $5,000. VDT wants $5,000 on a 12. That's a lot. The most 12s I've ever thrown is 5 in a hand. I've done that twice, I think, but that's a lot of 12s. Depends on where you start out and what your press move is. So they had, what was it? It's all in. We talk about that tables and those tables on Sunday night when we get to Tailsman table tomorrow night, because Michael plays those tables well. He knows the limits. He knows the maxes. We talked about it and how you could have played that hand. So y'all tune in on that while I grab another bourbon. Waylon, I hope you're doing well. Hadn't seen you in a while, but we'll hopefully see you again soon. After you're warmed up, Caveman got a question. Here we go. After you're warmed up, do you work come out rolls from playing Crapless? Not often. There are times I will work the horns. I've done that many a time, but I don't know that. It depends on how much money I got on the table. But I'm one of those scaredy cats, I guess. I get this camera set up good here. What else? Wager says he used to hate Crapless. Wager, I don't know how you could hate Crapless because you played in Mississippi so much in the past. I mean, you know as well as I do that, like Tunica, where you used to go to, I don't know if you still go there or not, but hell, half the tables at the Gold Strike and Horseshoe are all Crapless. I cut my teeth on Crapless in Tunica, and I've never looked back. A lot of people don't like it, but yeah, you can't hedge it. You There's no don'ts. You can't hedge it, but you can get into some really nice situations. All I always tell people is a lot of money out there, a lot of numbers, and if you're not hitting, if you can't throw craps or nobody else can throw craps numbers, you need to be on a regular table. So just get up and walk away. Cadillac says, do I prefer crapless? Really enjoy crapless. I don't know if I prefer it, but I do enjoy playing it, and I will not hesitate to get on a crapless table, ever. Waylon says most money he ever won was on a crapless. I won a lot of money on crapless. I wasn't the most. I won more on a regular table, but money on crapless. I enjoy the game. It's a different game. You got to play it differently. You got to be a little more calculated in your moves. I mean, I watch a lot of what I would call those guys out of Memphis come flying into Tunica, and then they'll take every inside number and push it out. They don't even collect inside numbers. They're looking for outside numbers. So, there's all kind of ways to play. I don't play it that way. I need to get some money off the table. I don't have the money to throw away. Wager, I will agree with you 100%. I'm going to scroll down and get that on there. I only go to the horseshoe now. The crapless tables there are smaller ones, so they're great. You're right, and they're less bouncy, which is important to me. Even though those suckers did refelt all their tables a while back, and they're not the same. They're not the same as they were when they were green. Now they're black felt. They were green. I went sometime in the spring. I think it was April. The horseshoe played there for a weekend, but it really blew my mind when I got there and they had resurfaced all the tables, and they were bouncier than I was expecting. You are right. Those Memphis guys, they can throw those horns too, or they try to, buddy. They don't want nothing but a 2, 3, 11, or 12. They're not winning unless that's what they're throwing. And they practice. I can see them probably sitting in their bedroom throwing on the floor trying to throw a 12. I mean, it's a good craps town. It's just if you don't like casinos or cotton fields, there's nothing to do in Tunica. That's a fact. Waylon, I like, on the come-out game, I throw for horns with a 6.556, which is similar to yours. That 5.635 of yours, I have thrown that on a crapless table many times, and it works well for, I hit a lot of 3s, 4s, 10s, and 11s with that, which is what you're supposed to do with that set. So, but I do, on the come out, I work it differently because I'm trying to knock off, especially if there's an ATS or if I'm doing a world bet. You're right on with what I try to do there, Waylon. I mean, that set, that 5.635, will throw a lot of 3s, 4s, 10s, and 11s, and I've hit the ATS several times with that set that I call the Waylon set. Do they have fishing charters in Biloxi, and have you ever tried it? They do have charters all around the place down there, and the answer to the other question is no, I have not tried it. Oh, another question somewhere. No, that was it. The only place I charter fish out of would like be Destin, Panama City, or Pensacola. I'm down. If I go to Biloxi, I'm playing crap. Well, Jacob, I threw a lot of 6s and 8s tonight with that set, but I could not hit them hard, and that's what I was trying to do. I went to Biloxi to test that out. I've changed my grip a little bit, and I'm trying to make the dice double pitch, which goes against the grain. Anyway, yeah, I was trying to throw hard ways, and I could not get double pitch tonight. I had a few nice off axis, but I was hitting too many primary 7s tonight. My dice were not responding to what I was trying to do. I was trying to change my grip, trying to change the toss, trying to see if I could have influenced the dice enough to double pitch, and I just couldn't get there tonight. Didn't work. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Cheers, everybody. Premier Casino Hosting, former coach with Golden Touch Craps. He and I had a great conversation, and it's ready to premiere. If I had to pick an actor to portray me in a Western, who would you pick? There's only one. There's only one that can play me. Only one. Wait a minute. I got to get this on the screen. If you had to pick an actor to portray you in a Western, who would that be? There is only one actor qualified to play Ed, Clint Eastwood. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm going to stop us out here. Practice like you play like you practice. Thank y'all for tuning in, and go roll to win.